I could remember when I was at work, we had a retirement benefits plan for the people in private pension, in private companies. Not all big companies. And then the public companies, that's the government, also had a pension scheme, which is largely funded from the government purse. And of course, you know the genesis. The government was not meeting the obligations most of the time. And even some private companies, because the pension was unfunded, they couldn't, meet the obligation as and when due. And you know that this became a problem. You've read in the papers, many people die in the queue, especially government workers. And the private companies, a lot of litigations here and there. So it became a worry to the government. Fortunately, what we witnessed in the past 5 years does not give us confidence as to advise on what to invest in. The practice has been to buy shares. You know what happened to shares globally, not only in Nigeria. People lost money largely, so that they've lost confidence in the capital markets. Fixed deposits, you can put your money in fixed deposits, but when you put your money in fixed deposits, it does not appreciate. You only get the interest. So your income on that depends on the ups and downs of the interest rates. You can go into property. Again, in America, you know what happened? It was property that started the problem, the economic downturn in America, and even in the UK. So it's a mixed bag. But you got to do something. A young man has got to do something and take the bull by the horn. I think whether it be savings, imbibe the culture of saving for the rainy day. And if there are some other things you feel you can do, if you have a skill that you can, sell outside your profession, you can be doing it, little by little, so that when the retirement period comes, you will not only depend on what you will be getting from pensions, because that may not come, it may come, it may not come, so you have something to fall back into. Let me sound a note of warning here. It is still not hooray yet, because how many people are working for the government or the private sector in Nigeria out of so many millions population? How many? Majority of the state's workers do not have contributory pension scheme as we talk now. So it's the federal government workers that have. And then those outside the state governments and the privates and the government, what I would call informal sector, have no pensions. They only go to work, come back, whatever the end of the day, they spend it. So when the time comes that they cannot work again, what are they going to do? So the government now must be serious about addressing those areas, either enforcing the state governments to have contributory pension schemes, and then have an enlightenment programs for those who are not in this category. They say, as you lay in your bed, so you lie on it. My advice usually is that you make sure that you imbibe what we call financial planning. It could take so many forms. For instance, if you have 4 children, the likelihood that you can plan better than a person who has 10 children. You can educate them well, and by the time you advance in age, they'll have come out of universities and be working. In fact, somebody who has 10 children may have problem, let's say. So it's all about financial planning. Train your children very well so that they can be dependent on themselves, not dependent on you in old age. Make sure you have investments and pensions, if possible. For instance, I get pension from my old company. And more importantly, I make use of my professional training. I'm an accountant by profession, and I do not dabble into contracts or anything. So in my leisure time, what I do is to pass on the experience I've garnered over the years through consultancy and lecturing, which fetches me some money. Not every time, not every month. There's some money. For instance, this week, I'm going to help to recruit some accountants, and that's part of it. You get you some money. So that you should put yourself in a position that you can pass on the experience that you garnered over the years. It's not when you retire that you begin to take portfolio about looking for contracts, going to the bank to ask for loan. The bank won't give you. They will look at you, this old man, when are you going to be able to repay? So it's all about financial planning.